Hi guys, my name is Matti Sulanto and this is my take on Peter Forsgårds Toilet Paper Photography Challenge. A couple of days ago, a good friend of mine and a fellow YouTuber, Peter Forsgårds, announced a toilet paper photography challenge, which I think it's a good idea or fun idea in the time like this. There's some sarcasm and humor in it, and it's something that I can do at home and also you can do at home. So I decided to take on the challenge and make my version on the theme. And for those of you who are waiting for my Leica 25mm f1.4 Mark II review, it's on its way. But I wanted to do this toilet paper challenge first. Let me first show you the picture I made, and then I'm gonna show you how I made it. And I also have some really nice lighting tips for you guys if you're interested in product photography and lighting in general. And here's the picture I made. This is a very traditional old school studio shot. I used only 2 lights and very minimal post-processing. In my opinion, there are basically 2 ways to make a product shot. The first one would be a catalog shot type of picture that's more like a documentary portrait of the product. The picture would show the product as it is and some details of the product and maybe some of the features of the product as well. It would be like a pretty neutral, well lit, evenly lit picture that shows the product as it is. And the second approach would be more like maybe like a lifestyle shot or something that would show the product in some special way, make it look a bit glamorous or especially good or something like that. But that picture would not necessarily show all details or of the product or how the product actually looks. It would just show the product in some special way. What I just said applies to product photography in general. A roll of toilet paper obviously has pretty limited feature set, and a lifestyle shot of a toilet paper could end up pretty wild with some imagination. And I don't think I want to go into that in this video. And I chose the latter approach. I wanted to do something special with the toilet paper roll, or actually I used 4 rolls of toilet paper. Believe it or not, I can still get some toilet paper here in Finland. And I wanted to do something a little bit fun with my picture, but I didn't have any like a message or hidden story in the picture. I just wanted to make something that looks interesting and a little bit fun too. And I chose to use LED lights for my picture because LED lights are continuous light sources, and the good thing with continuous light is that you can see what the light is doing all the time, even without taking any pictures. And the problem with flashes is that you can't see the light until you take a picture. And that's especially if you're a beginner and you want to learn how to light, that can be very like a tricky thing. And I know what I'm talking about. In the past I made a book how to use flashes, like small speed lights to light things, and this book is all about that. But still, I would recommend, especially these days when the LED lights are so good, I would recommend you to start using LED lights if you want to learn how to light something in a studio. There's only one downside with LEDs, basically only one serious downside, that they can't compete with the sun. So you gotta have a relatively dark environment where you are using LED lights. But other than that, they are a very good way to learn how to use lights. So that's why I also use LED lights whenever I can, because I can continuously see what the light is doing, and it's so much easier to set up the lights when you can see what's happening all the time. You can see the light and shadow and all that. My key light in this one was the LED Go VM232. It's a LED panel that makes really beautiful soft light. And my lighting is pretty traditional. There's one big light source on the right side of the camera to make a nice soft side light, and then I have another light on the background to separate my subject from the background. And I chose a dark black background because the space where I'm working is relatively small. Inevitably, I have some light leak from my key light on to the background, but the black background kind of sucks in the light so much that the spill that I get from my key light, it doesn't matter. And I recommend you, if you have a home studio and it's not too big, and if you want to control your background separately from your key light or main light, always choose a dark background, because it's so much easier to control than a light colored background. Unless you want to make your background white, totally white, that's a different thing. But if you just want to have some tonality in the background, it's so much easier to control a dark background. You just add a lot of light there and you can make it any tonality or any color you want. But if your background is too bright or too light colored, you can't make it any darker than it already is. So I have one key light on the right side of the camera, and then I used another light on the background, and I was going to use one of those Lumix lights that I have on the background right now, but those didn't have enough power, so I used one of my Yongnuo LED panels on the background. They had enough power to light the black background. And after I had my lights the way I wanted them, I used a small reflector to get some fill light on the top of the toilet paper roll pile to get better separation from the background. However, the picture that I chose doesn't have a proper separation. The second roll on the top kind of blends into the background. But I accepted that because the picture overall it looks the best, and I couldn't take any more pictures because the pile was kind of falling down at that point, but I managed to get one picture before it kind of fell down. But in that picture the composition is the best and the toilet paper roll pile looks the best, so I chose that, even though the lighting is not 100% like perfect. And I went for black and white because I have a black and white phase going on right now. I don't know if it's the global situation with the virus and all that, but I have a strong black and white phase going on right now, and that was only natural to do it in black and white. I wanted to do this in old school way and keep the post-processing at minimum. However, I had to remove a couple of things in Photoshop, but that took me only about 10 minutes to do that, so it was nothing major. But the light stand that was holding the pile together was showing through some of the gaps between the toilet paper rolls, so I had to kind of Photoshop or clone the light stand away. But like I said, it was very minimal. I'm pretty happy with the picture all in all. There's nice, almost like a movement in the composition, or the way the toilet paper rolls are kind of falling down, and the tonality is kind of nice too. So I'm pretty happy with the picture. So that's my take on the toilet paper photography challenge. And now it's your turn. Make your picture of a toilet paper roll or several rolls, if you can get hold of several rolls, and publish it on social media and use the hashtag Toilet Paper Photography Challenge. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.